Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. As you see at my face, I'm absolutely not happy, but really angry. I'm sorry if the video is a bit later than usually, but I know why I was doing it, because I was waiting for the Italian Sporting Justice to announce publicly the consequences, the punishment of the disgusting post-Juve Inter of Coppa Italia semi-final. Well, they have been announced. We know what are the consequences, and I have to tell you guys that I am again one more time disgusting about how Juventus as a club has been treated, about how Juventini has been treated by the Italian Sporting Justice. Just to avoid some misunderstanding, in the last few days after Juve Inter, we didn't speak a lot about football. We didn't do post-games analyze about tactics and so on. The game was boring. Juventus needed to do a bit more, but we focused on one thing: the unfortunate, disgusting, racist behavior from some people in the Curva Sud. That means that at a certain moment, some people that we see also on video starting racist chants against Lukaku. I don't care that it is Lukaku or another player. These things should be banned. These things are absolutely not allowed. Not only at Juventus, but in the entire calcio, Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio, in the entire football community, and let me be utopistic, in the entire world. Racism is not allowed. I'm not the one that is saying we are in 2023. Racism should never have existed because we are all humans. That being said, and that is really unfortunate, and I hope in my life that never again I have to speak about these kind of things. That being said, Italian Sporting Justice is one more time disgusting in judging Juventus and makes me really angry. I tell you, the first punishment that goes towards Juventus with Curva Sud, or at least the first livello, because you have two floors, the first floor of the Curva Sud will be banned from one game. I didn't understand yet if it will be Coppa Italia. When is Coppa Italia? The next game will be probably next season, because the return game of Coppa Italia is in Milano and the possible final will be in Roma if we qualify. So we are speaking about next season, the first round of Juventus in Coppa Italia. Otherwise, what I was thinking and what can possibly be, it will be the first game that Juventus is playing on Italian competition at home. When is that game? It is Napoli, because the next two games, Lazio and Sassuolo, we are playing away from home. Sporting in our home will be European competition, so the next game is against Napoli, where the first floor of the Curva Sud will be banned. So I'm not sure yet 100% if it will be against Napoli or next year in Coppa Italia, because in the documentation it is not written which game Juventus will be banned. But at the moment I don't care about what game it will be. What I am really hurt about is that we are punishing and an entire community of Juventini and Juventus as a club. Let me explain you a bit better. Juventus is one of, if not the only, Italian club that is allowing a technology in their stadium to be able to go and identify any person that is in the stadium that is doing something wrong. It can go, in that case, about racist behaviors, racist chants, but it can go towards someone that is fighting with another one that has maybe a knife, or even disaster things in the stadium. You can spot everything. This is because we have our own stadium. It is our own property, and we invested in a technology that is able, thanks to facial recognition, to identify every people. It is not the first time that Juventus is using that technology to go identify the person that is doing wrong behavior and ban that person. Can be for 1 year, can be for lifelong. Juventus is giving an example before all these kind of sporting and justice, before all the players communicated about that specific event of Lukaku. Juventus immediately communicated, and it's not the first time. We, as Juventus, we are collaborating, we are working together with the kind of state police, or I don't know who, to actually identify, thanks to our technology, the person and to do what we have to do, the consequences. Is it a ban or whatever? The judges will decide. So Juventus is showing actually a fantastic, beautiful example. if you are not a Juventino and you are on the channel, or if you are a Juventino, you are thinking that I'm biased, well, if there is one thing that Juventini, but also calcio lovers can be proud about Juventus, is that Juventus, they are using the technology to punish the one that is responsible for it. That means the person identified and out of the stadium. Juventus already communicated about it. We will do it. We will do it. Juventus is a company that not yesterday, but already since 2 seasons is working on a podcast that is called Sulla Razza, on the race, that are speaking about problematics of today, racism, gender differences, and so on, involving players to speak about these kind of topics, to educate their fan base, to hope that at least 1 person, 2 person, 3 persons are changing behavior, understanding how it is, how the problematic is big, and maybe you are not even aware of what you are doing. Juventus is showing a beautiful example. What is the gift that we receive? What is the reward that we receive again from the sporting justice? Well, Juventus as a club will be penalized from an entire Curva not being able to be there for the next game at home. Disgusting. Why? Because it has a financial impact on Juventus. Juventus that is saying, we are acting, we are helping to ban these kind of things, we are educating, we are even anticipating, but unfortunately in every part of the world, in every team, in every fan base, you have bad people. We are helping identify them. Well, what is happening? We ban all Curva. Impact financially, but also impact in terms of support. Impact in a negative way in terms of international image, because the message that you are sending as a sporting justice in Italy is Juventus as a club is guilty of being racist, which is absolutely not true. And you are also condemning all the people that were in that first floor of Tribuna, of Curva Sud, that were not participating to it, that were not accepting it, that probably also said, stop it. These people, they pay their ticket, they pay maybe a membership for 1 year to be able to watch and support their team. They don't want to be associated with them. But because of a bunch of people, was it 5 people, was it 100 people, was it 200 people? But because of that, more than 5,000 people will be banned. Disgusting. And that's the first thing I really wanted to say and made me really angry. The second thing is that we are going towards the individual. So not anymore about racism, but about the violent behavior. We all know that there was a fight between Handanovic and Juan Cuadrado. Both of them are guilty. I was there in the stadium. I saw it with my own eyes, and I also recorded it with a mega zoom to understand. What I saw immediately was that Cuadrado was the first one to push without being extra violent, but pushing. The answer of Handanovic is giving him a fist that didn't touch the face of Cuadrado. Why? Because there was another person between them that deflected a bit that fist, plus Cuadrado that put his head on the side. So he's avoiding to receive that fist punch on the face. The unfortunate answer of Cuadrado that is also to be condemned is that he's also giving another punch. A punch that this time, without being deflected, is going on the face of Handanovic. What is the result? 3 games banned in Coppa Italia for Juan Cuadrado, 1 for Handanovic, where you can read in the explanation of Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio that they are saying, attenzione, 1 day for Cuadrado, because at the end, after some verbal excitement with the player from Juventus, Cuadrado, he put the hand on the neck of Cuadrado, veniva diviso a forza del giocatore avversario grazie all'intervento di alcune. That's what they are saying. They are not speaking about Handanovic that is giving a punch. They are not mentioning it. Cuadrado received 3 days. Why? Because of the hand here plus the punch. So they are saying black on white or blue on white or whatever, they are saying that one is giving a punch, the other one, they are not seeing it. Again, a different treatment from another team and Juventus. And this is disgusting because we all saw the images that both of them are guilty and both of them, they deserve 3 days. I am not here to defend Cuadrado. Cuadrado did something bad and Cuadrado needs to pay for it. But also Handanovic, also the player of Inter. They didn't mention Dumfries that is coming from the back and giving a kick there. They don't see it. And then they are going towards Lukaku one day. Why? Because the first one was a violent conduct with that big tackle, that yellow card, and then because provoking also the supporters, which in the rules you can't do, and he's receiving that second yellow card. Guys, we are here again towards something that is absolutely not balanced, something that is disgusting, something that is not correct. The Curva about the racist chants, the individuals needs to be out, and Juventus should be shown as an example of educating people and banning the ones that are doing bad, because it will happen one time, it will happen a second time, it will be a third time, but at a certain moment all these people will be out of the stadium, and the new people, they will think twice before doing these kind of disgusting things, and should be a lesson for all the stadiums of the world, not making a difference between Lukaku and between Kostic, because the racist chants towards Vlahovic, Kostic and Moiskin are the same disgusting thing that what happened to Lukaku. We can't make a difference. The ones towards Stankovic, if you're thinking I'm speaking only about Juve, are as disgusting. And we are speaking about an entire Curva of Roma that Mourinho with his hand had to stop because they were singing racist chants towards Stankovic, the coach of Sampdoria. We all heard them. No consequences for them. And that's why I'm asking why and where is the balance, the fair judgment? Where is it? I want to be judged fairly. I want that if Roma has not the Curva closed, that's happening also for Juventus. I want that if Juventus has all the Curva closed, it's happening also to other teams. In Cagliari, we saw so many disgusting behaviors towards Lukaku, towards our players. La Spezia, we saw so many things. And again, one more time, it is the same discussion. When Juventus is there, they are making it so big on all the media, so big on all the media that the judges are influenced, and because it's Juve, we will punish them harder. And it's not correct towards the only, and I underline the word only, club in Italy that is trying to do something against racism, the only one, and instead of being rewarded for it, well, they are punished even more. Disgusting. This is my video, this is my rant about it. I'm really pissed off. Comments in the chat if you're thinking it's fair or not. If you want to, you put a maximum of like. If you don't want to, you don't want to. Subscribe if you want to. Grazie, forza. Forza Juve! Forza Juve one more time. Basta.